Security. And I'm calling the meeting to order. A physical quorum of the members is not present. However, pursuant to Section 7E of the Open Meetings Act, members are permitted to attend remotely. Either one member of the board, the chief administrative officer, or chief legal counsel are physically present at the regular meeting location. In-person attendance and public comments are allowed, subject to attendance limitations required to ensure the health and safety of those who attend. The first item on the agenda is the Trine Construction Corporation case, which is a Wayne Township case. We have a request for a continuance to our March 4, 2021 meeting. I'm not going to just rule on that because we closed the public hearing. We're here for a recommendation, and although I don't mean to suggest that I'm not sympathetic to the request, I think we should have a vote on that. So may I request a motion?
I'll move that we approve the request for recommendation for approval.
Ms. Anderson, you did not hear, but Mr. Murphy just made that a motion to grant the request to defer till March 4. Would you care to second the motion?
But I thought you were saying we should rule on it, rule on the issue.
I want you to second the motion and then we'll have a vote. Murphy,
I'll second it, sure.
yeah, great, thank you. So is there any discussion on the motion?
Weren't you saying that we were going to approve it, that you didn't want to move it? Did I not hear that right?
No, what I tried to say is that I'm not going to just rule. Quite often I just rule on a continuance motion.
Okay.
Since we're on recommendation, I wanted to take a roll call vote. Now, it's also most common for us to just do a voice vote, but voice vote is a little difficult when we're in these remote Zooms. So may I request that a roll call vote be called? This is a motion to defer to March 4.
Member Murphy.
Mr. Murphy votes aye.
Member Anderson.
Aye.
Member Hakeem. Member Hakeem.
Hakeem.
Aye.
Member Moran.
Aye.
Member Schultz.
Aye.
Aye. The vote passes by a vote of 6 in favor, none opposed. So we'll notify the petitioner that the request has been granted. That takes us to the Robles case. May I request a motion on this case? It's Bloomingdale Township. I can't make the motion since I'm chairing the meeting, but may I request a motion on Robles? Any volunteers for a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve Robles.
Is there a second to the motion to approve? Motion by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Mr. Murphy. All right, is there any discussion on the motion? My own view, I'm sorry to disagree, but my own view is that the petitioner did not make the case. Zoning relief, plan unit development, conditional use is about the most extreme relief that we're asked to grant. We have a very slim transcript, and I just don't think that any of the standards were satisfied, so I can't support the motion. Is there any other discussion?
I would tend to agree, Mr. Chairman. This is John. I don't know if we can hear each other because I didn't hear Mr. Murphy even once. And so I don't know if anyone can hear, but I would tend to agree with you. I feel that the case was not made, and therefore I will be voting against it.
I'll repeat, so that we can, unless Mr. Murphy has a comment, if he just, has a 1 or 2 word statement, I'm trying to repeat his statement. So I indicated that he seconded the motion.
Okay.
All he said.
For some reason today, I'm not hearing Mr. Murphy.
I just said that's because he has no microphone.
Right.
If he makes a long statement, I'll take the microphone to him, but for convenience.
I see. I thought he was at a remote location, but he is there. Okay. That's why. I understand. Thank you.
Okay,
Bob,
anything else?
yeah, Mr. Chairman,
Yes. Is that,
they didn't give a good case. Their case was that all the neighbors are doing it. Why can't I? And we do it better. And my neighbor loves me. I just don't feel that that's the case. So I would be denying the petition also.
any other comment? Then we could take a roll call on the motion to approve.
Member Anderson.
Aye.
Member Murphy. Member
Hakeem? John Hakeem, your vote, please, on the motion
I
to,
will say no.
Member Moran.
No,
Member Schultz.
No.
no. So the motion fails by a vote of 4 opposed and 2 in support. We can take an alternate motion if one is offered. Is there an alternative motion?
I would
I will. Sorry. Was someone speaking?
go ahead, John.
Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion to deny the existing use of the property in the general area. Well, by and large, no case was made that was convincing. And the argument was that there are other people who do similar types of businesses and I should be allowed to do it. And my neighbor, there was a neighbor, I think his name was Mr. Hinkleman. He had written a letter in support. But other than that, the case was not. So I would make a motion to deny.
I'll second that on the same thing as Mr. Hakeem said.
Motion by Mr. Hakeem, seconded by Mr. Moran to deny the request. I will repeat my view that it's extreme relief. I mean, it's significant relief, and the case was simply not made. It was, I think Mr. Hakeem capsulized it pretty well. The petitioner said, well, what the heck, everybody else is doing it. But there are legal standards that we are required to observe, and those were just not presented. Anything else? Okay, let's take a roll call vote on the motion to deny.
Member Hakeem.
Hakeem,
Aye.
Member Moran.
Aye,
Member Anderson.
No.
Schultz?
Aye.
Chairman Corso.
Aye. The motion passes by a vote of 4 in favor and 2 opposed. So it will go forward in that respect. If there are no other items on the agenda for old business or new business, is there any public comment? Jessica, there's no public comment tonight. No public comment, so we can adjourn the meeting. Thanks, everybody.